Welcome dear viewers, you're still watching us on ERi-TV, presenting you the domestic and international news prepared for this session live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Hermela Gramay, inviting you to join us on our tonight's news broadcast. Let's start with the major headlines. 34th Independence Anniversary will be celebrated under the theme Our Cohesion, Our Armor. Training on management and leadership. New round of bilateral talks between Russia and US to take place in Istanbul. And Dominican Republic nightclub collapse kills 98. In our detailed domestic news, Eritrea's 34th independence anniversary will be celebrated under the theme Our Cohesion, Our Armor, announced Ambassador Zemede Tekle, Commissioner of Sports and Culture. Speaking to the Eritrean news agency, Ambassador Zemede stated that this year's theme is both timely and reflective of the Eritrean people's unwavering commitment to the country's core principles. He further noted that all necessary preparations are underway, both domestically and abroad, to ensure a vibrant and memorable celebration of this grand national event. In other news, a training program on management and leadership was conducted from April 4th to 7th for over 100 youths involved in youth organizations at the local and village levels in the Adi Khwala subzone. At the closing ceremony, Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, Zobadubu branch, stated that the trainees came from the subzones of Imna Haili, Mendefera, Dbarwa, Arraza, Maimuna, and Adi Khwala. He emphasized that the program aimed to expand the activities of the association by enhancing participants' management and leadership skills. He highlighted that these skills form a foundation of all local government organizations and encouraged the trainees to work diligently towards building a competent and capable youth community by strengthening youth associations. The participants expressed that the training would help with the establishment of new youth organizations and called on the community to support their initiatives. Finally, South Zone Governor Habta Tesfatzion commended National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students for its ongoing efforts to expand organizational reach and raise awareness among the youth. Meanwhile, the trainees visited the historical barracks of Adi Begio, where they received a briefing on the significant events that took place there in the year 2000. In other news, an evaluation meeting held in Massawa on April 8th revealed that the recent desert locust invasion was brought under control before it could damage crops and graze lands, thanks to proactive preparations. In her opening remarks, Mrs. Asmeret Abraha, governor of the Northern Red Sea region, stated that the regional administration actively supports and closely monitors the annual desert locust control campaigns conducted by the Ministry of Agriculture in coordination with the local population and members of the Eritrean Defense Forces. A report presented during the meeting indicated that comprehensive surveys and close monitoring conducted in the Northern Red Sea and Southern Red Sea regions from August to November 2024 were instrumental in identifying potential desert locust breeding areas and anticipating future trends. These efforts enabled the control of the locust invasion before it could cause serious harm to crops. Following significant rainfall, desert locusts were spotted in November 2024 through monitoring activities carried out in the subzones of Aurora, Afabed, Shi'ib, Massawa, and Foro. Effective measures were implemented, including the establishment of 3 stations in Mahmime, Gadim, Halib, and Shi'ib, along with temporary stations in Imdarmi and Abreme. A total of 3,400 liters of pesticide were applied across 20,000 hectares in the eastern plains, stretching from Mahmime to Foro to suppress the infestation. Compared to previous years, the control campaign were relatively less challenging due to uneven rainfall distribution and the absence of locust migrations from neighboring countries. Participants emphasized the importance of ensuring that all equipment is available in advance, conducting medical checkups for those involved in pesticide spraying, both before and after the campaign, establishing maintenance workshops for spraying equipment, organizing safety-focused training, and incorporating digital locust monitoring technologies. In his concluding remarks, Minister Arofina credited the success of the campaign to the integrated efforts of the Ministry of Agriculture, the local communities and the Eritrean Defense Forces. He also stressed that regular consultations among relevant stakeholders are essential to overcoming challenges in future desert locust control operations. Dear viewers, stay tuned for our international news right after the short break. Welcome back. After a previous round of talks aimed at resolving bilateral issues in late February, Russia and the United States are scheduled to enter a new round of discussions on 10 April in Istanbul, Turkey. It is stated that both countries are having continuous discussions held on Turkey, Saudi Arabia and United States of America of the rival nations' officials, and it was having positive results. It's remarkable that Russia and America are working together, negotiating to terminate the war in Ukraine, with discussion according to their previous talks. Diplomatic relations of America and Russia is descending, especially after the war in Ukraine, according to the reports. In our today's final news, at least 98 people have been killed and more than 150 injured after a roof collapsed at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic's capital, Santo Domingo, officials have said. Hundreds of people were inside the venue and some 400 rescuers are still searching for survivors. There are fears the death toll will rise further. By the accident, over 150 people injured, and they are still working to find out the cause of the damage. It is stated that there were around 1,000 people on the club while the accident occurred. Dear viewers, we are done with the news prepared for this session, and now it's the time for a quick recap of the major headlines. 34th Independence Anniversary will be celebrated under the theme Our Cohesion, Our Armor. Training on management and leadership. New round of bilateral talks between Russia and US to take place in Istanbul. And Dominican Republic nightclub collapse kills 98. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all for tonight. Thank you for joining us and have a blessed one.